I think it was not my historical background from reading necessarily. It was just, I think mine would be more local in terms of seeing women and some men who would not take certain things.
Right.
My grandfather was a staunch, he was not a civil rights activist in the general sense of the word, but he was when he cited one incident, the fact that he left Alabama because a white man was going to want to whip him for correcting, physically correcting a horse. And so that's why he left Alabama. So I don't need that. That was a story that to me, and knowing my grandfather, who was very erudite and person in terms of finesse, with his probably 3rd or 4th grade education,
Right.
and the fact that he was a business person, doing. The question was, what kind of business could he do, have with a 3rd or 4th grade education? You know, well, history will record that he, back in the 40s, he had a mill for grinding corn, making molasses, shelling peat, all these by power-driven engines back in the 40s. So he was quite a he shod horses, and I guess that's why turning the mill for grandpa as he took care of the shoeing of horses. It kind of said it. So, and the fact that he did not take, unlike my late, all of my parents as well as some of my siblings would be late now, but the fact that my father, he learned to survive. Black people learn to survive. So he kind of scraped and bowed his head as he spoke to the white people a lot. But my grandfather stood erect. See, so he didn't do whatever he was going to do. He didn't do it by night. He did it on the spot. Right. If somebody insulted him, or insulted some of us, he dealt with white people or black people right up front. So people who think about the militants, and you can see them throwing rocks, no, he dealt with it right up front. Right. So these are the role models that I've had. And speaking of women, I've a white man who played with my uncles and visited grandpa and grandma's home. He had the audacity one day to come in when grandma and grandpa were going to church, and he made the mistake of going in the grandma's refrigerator and cutting one of her pies. Oh no! Oh, gee whiz! And it made me feel sorry for him when she got through chewing him out. There were just certain things that people did that speaks for their dignity and human worth. And so this is what sticks with me when I look at role models and civil rights. And of course, it did not hurt me at all to have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as my baccalaureate speaker when I finished School of Veterinary Medicine. And the subject was, "We've been too long in this mount." Comes from the book of Deuteronomy, where the children of Israel were told by God to turn and take your journey. You've been in this mount too long. So that propelled me along. I've even attempted with my own building of messages to deal with that myself over a period of time. So these are the kind of examples that I can think about.